Yesterday we were discussing regarding star delta converter, star delta starter. So now we will do the same thing. Yesterday we were end up wrong on timer options. So today we will see what the wrong we have done and we will progress further. I will share my screen. Okay, I will say from the beginning how to start also. Please follow the instructions. Uh, right click on the TIA portal and click run as administrator option and click yes for opening TIA portal. Okay, as usually create new project and today we will start with Star Delta. I'm creating this one. Okay, configure a device. We need to configure our PLC device here. Here we have an option add new device. Go for controller option. In controller option, you select Simatic S7 1500. In that, you select CPU. In that, 1512C. As I already told you that the CPU is available with us in laboratory, so we are using the CPU. And regarding the description of the CPU will be here. It is provided. You can read it. Means how many IOs are there. Everything will be available here. You add the CPU. It takes small amount of time. Okay, we have added our CPU into our block. As usually, we know that input outputs. Now, once again, I will show you. Right click on the last column. In this column, we will know the address of our digital IOs. So you can see IOs. Starting address is 12.02, ending address is 13.7. This is our input address, IO address, and output address starts from 6.0 to 7.7 for the last column. For the middle column, IO addresses starts from 10.0 to 11.7 and output addresses start from 4.0 to 5.7. And the first column this is unlock module. It has 5 unlock inputs and 2 unlock outputs. Okay. Already regarding this CPU we have discussed. Once again I'm showing because I want to use digital input output addresses. Now you go for the program block. Here you can see program block is there. You click on this program block and select main option. Click on the main. Okay. In the main you will have the means it will pop up like this. Here we need to write a ladder program. Means this is a program block. Okay. Our motto is star delta starter. Once again, I will tell how the star delta starter will function. It will have main coil, star coil, and delta coil. In the beginning, it will work as a star connection. After a certain amount of time, it will convert from star to delta. There is a switch over between star to delta will happen. That program we were going to write with the help of ladder logic. Yesterday, I have shown the figure. So today we are going directly into the ladder program itself. Uh, we all know how to write a latch, means to start the program. So here normally open switch contact is there, you click on this one. So it will be here. Once again you take normally closed contact for stop option. This is for on. This is we are normally creating a latch network here. And one more thing, yesterday I have discussed means we have to know what are the inputs and outputs. We will store in one place. That place is PLC tags. Here one option is there, PLC tags. You can see it. Here you click on this PLC tags. You add everything here. Okay, go for the default tag table. Click on this one. You just write it down. What are the inputs available with you? What are the outputs available with you? Okay. So our input is start button. Start is our input. You click on this one. It is taking default address as 0.0. We will change the address to 12.0. As we know that address will start from 12.0 to 13.7, 6.0 to 7.7. And second one is the stop address. Now one more thing we have to take is memory we are creating, that is for turning on. Since we are creating an on button, we will take as memory block we will create. Here I is there, you uh, click on here. There are option I, Q and M. Q is output, I is input, M is the memory option. So memory I am going to create some 5.2, 5.0 I'm taking. Now one more thing what we need to do is main coil, start coil and stop coil. Three coils are output coils. So we'll create three coils. Here you click on the address and change M to Q. And address will start from 6.0. In case you don't know what is the address of this output address, you can click here. In bottom you can see VORVO, PLC, OB1 main block and default tag block, means what are the things we are using that will come here in the bottom strip. Okay, go for the PLC. Here you can see the last one we are using, last strip. Here IO addresses 12, 13 and 6, 7. You can see it. Use the same addresses. And one more thing you can do, you can expand this one also. In some CPUs, if you expand this one, here itself you will get the addresses will be displayed here itself so that you can use directly. But in this CPU, it is not happening here. Okay, go for the main block here. But we were working on the tag table, so go for the default tag table. Okay, main call address we have placed here. Now second address is star coil. It has taken defaultly 6.1. Afterwards, delta coil. It is taking address 6.2. Okay, we are having two inputs on one memory and three output coils. Now we will go for the main block here. Otherwise, here also you can go directly go for the program block. In that main block will be the main OB1. Okay, in this latch we will give addresses here. Okay, click on this question mark symbol. Here one rectangular box will be there. You click on this one, and as usually this is our start switch. So we are clicking start. Now this is our stop button to halt the operation. And this is latch operation. We were using memory option on. And this is also on, as we already know that how to work with the latch. Now this one is on option. And this is our output coil, that is main coil. When the circuit on, our main coil will be in the on position itself. Afterwards, we will use one more branch operation and we'll create one more on coil. Afterwards, we are going to connect a timer here. Okay, this is here you can see in basic instructions we have an option general bit logic operator timer operations. Go for the timer operations and take on timer. Okay, click OK here and give the preset time. I'm going to give 5 seconds. Otherwise 10 seconds I'm going to give. Yesterday we have done the same thing, but yesterday we have end up here. We thought to give 10 seconds, but it has taken 10 microseconds here. So change micro to seconds because microseconds we cannot observe. Okay. In the next ladder, we are going to have uh, star coil and delta coil here. This is non-coil. Okay. This is an on button. And for this coil, address will be given in this manner. You click on this one. Here you select IAC timer 0 dB. In that you select output Q. Okay. And this is our star coil. Second one. Here also this is an on switch, memory switch. And here also you click on IEC timer 0 dB because we are taking data block output. Here also Q means output. And here we are connecting delta coil. There is our delta coil here. Okay. As of now we have created a ladder logic here. Now we are going to simulate this one.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, sure. Tell me.
Sir, why are you making the circuit in different network? Because left and right one is the power line, so you can complete everything in one network also. No?
Yeah, we can do it everything in one network. But for my understanding, for example, in network one, I would like to write as a it as my start options are there in one network. I want to have a clarification. Timer is in the network two, and star coil and delta coil is in the network three. Everything in one network means I cannot say to you means you guys are seeing. I cannot say in the third line, fourth line, fifth line. I could have said easily in network two you can see timer option timer block is there, some corrections are there in timer block, you can modify it, uh, reconnect it, like that we can easy access will be available. Everything in one network also a circuit will work. If you use different networks it will also work. There is no issues if you go for more number of networks. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
You can do it in one network itself. Previously I used to do in only one network. If a more number of errors will occur, finding of errors will become bit difficult if we are working on the same network. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now we'll compile our circuit. Here compile option you can see it. Okay, compilation finished. Zero errors, warning zeros. As I told you, we are going to simulate. So we have one more option, start simulation. Here one option is there. You click on this one and click OK for everything. This kind of block will be popped up. This is a simulator block. Uh, this load preview block will also be popped up. So you load your program into your simulator. Okay, click load option and click finish.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, we haven't got the load preview option.
You haven't got.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes it will come before, sometimes it will come after. You follow my instructions. In one point, it will come automatically. Okay. You click this option. This CPU block has opened to you, popped up for you. If this CPU block is popped up to you, here right side one option will come. You click on this one. Okay, everyone got these options. Here you go and create a new project. You can write a name to your project name, otherwise defaultly also you can leave it. Is up to you. Okay, once your project will be created, okay, my project is created right now. Okay, it is about to create. Okay, now go for the, in project there is an option called sim tables. You click on the sim tables, and in sim tables you click on this sim table -1. Here one option is available, load project tags. You click on this project tags. Okay, everything is displayed on our simulator. Okay, but we need to turn on our simulation. For that, there is an option called make CPU is in run mode. You click on this one, and there is one more option, the spectacle options I told you. You click this one. Okay, now you can see green lines and blue lines are visible to you. For everyone, these lines are visible. This means our CPU is in on condition. Okay, now I will show you a bit clearly. Here one option I will float this one so that we can see more conveniently, and I will float my this ladder circuit also, and I'm reducing the size of this one so that I can see completely in one place itself. For everyone, this one is visible. Okay, now I'm going to click on the start button. You please see carefully. I have clicked here. Initially, my main coil is in on position and star coil is in the on position. Means my motor is running under star condition. After 5 seconds of time delay, it is switched from star to delta. Yesterday, this was not happened because we have given time period as microseconds. So we are unable to see with our eyes when the switchover has taken place. So I have increased the time period. Now it is working fine. Okay. Now you can see clearly also. Means our circuit is switched from star to delta here. Anyone is having any doubts in star delta conversion?
Sir, first we have to compile or first we have to start the simulator.
See here, this circuit, this software is more compatible. You can do anyway. Anyway, first you compile it and download it to your simulator. Afterwards, you turn on your CPU and you run your simulator. Everything you can do it. If first you can run your CPU also, no problem. You can turn on your CPU also, no problem. Either way, you can go. No need to follow sequences. Okay. Up to this part, everyone is okay. Okay, after completion of your circuit, means after doing your program, you turn off your CPU. Here option power off button will be there. You turn off your CPU. Okay, so this green blue lines will be go off and go for go offline option so that you have an access to edit your program once again if you want. Okay, you can once again edit your program and run once again. Okay, this is regarding star delta converter. I hope everyone has understood this star delta. Now, we thought yesterday that today we are going to discuss
Excuse me, sir.
electrohydraulics. Yeah, tell me.
How to modify the values, like how to change, how to
Uh,
start the circuit.
okay, once again, you are asking me to start the
Yes,
circuit.
yes, sir.
Uh, in simulator, otherwise, I need to compile it once again and show you.
So do we need to create another project or in order to compile it, or we can compile it in the same project again?
No, in the same project, here you can see compile option, everything is there, no? You compile it here itself. Can you follow me here?
Yes, what about the simulation?
Simulation means here, this is the simulation file will be opened like this. Here also you need to create a new project. After creating a new project, it will take time and here the name of the project will be displayed. In that displayed, you go for the sim tables and click on the sim table 1 and go for the load project tags option. In that, you can vary the bits option. Here, bits option will be there. You can click on the bits option and check your circuit, whether it is working fine or not. Is it clear?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, fine. Okay, now today we are going to discuss electrohydraulic circuits. Means already we have worked with electrohydraulics and hydraulic circuits in our hydraulic session. So today all electrical circuits were converted into ladder circuits. Means electrical part we are converting into the ladder part, and we are going to program in the ladder circuit, and this circuit is connected to our real-time hydraulic circuit. But today we are going to learn about conversion of this electrical circuit into ladder circuit. Okay, so I'm going to show you some circuits. This is 4 by 2-way double solenoid valve application. Here you can see electrical circuit is there. Means here electrical control circuit is there. By controlling, by varying the switching operation, you are controlling this hydraulic circuit. Okay. But this is big circuit. I will take one small circuit so that you can understand bit easier. Compared to that one, this is small circuit. We'll check one more. Okay, this is much smaller than previous one. First, we'll understand this circuit and go for the bigger circuits. Is it okay for you? You can see this circuit clearly.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I don't want my simulation results. That's why I'm closing this one. And for this one also, I want a new project. So go for the project option, take new project. And for this one, I'm going to write electrohydraulics. EH I will put. And I'm going to create a new one. Okay. Everyone see this electrohydraulic circuit. In this circuit here, power pack is there. Here power pack is there, you can see it. And your operation means power relief valve is also available. Pressure relief valve, sorry, power relief valve I'm saying. Pressure relief valve is there. Here you can see solenoid valve. Here solenoid valve means here solenoid valve means solenoid will be there. Solenoid will be energized with the help of some external electrical power supply. This electrical external power supply is here control circuit. You can see it. 24 volts of power supply, DC power supply we are providing. Once we are turning on this switch S1, so this coil will be energized. I told you previously memory coil will be there to turn on. This is like a latch circuit only. Once you click this one, this K1 will be energized. This K1 coil will energize this K1 switch internally, and this K1 switch is energizing my solenoid coil Y1. Here you can see Y1 is my solenoid valve is there. This Y1 solenoid valve coil will be energized with the help of this coil. Okay, means power is going into this Y1 with the help of once I switch on this S1 switch, this K1 coil is energizing. This K1 coil is making this Y1 coil is energizing in this fashion. So this is an electrical circuit. In a simulation, in ladder logic, we will design in this way. Okay. So can you try by yourself and you follow my instructions also? Means I will do one circuit for you and you can do it by yourself. Okay. Go for the TIA portal
Sir,
and
I have a doubt. Could you show the circuit again?
yeah,
Sir, here, sir, it would be easy, like directly we are switching on K1, then it will energize Y1.
uh,
Here, you are first turning on the switch S1, then it will turn the switch SK1, then it will energize Y1. So why to bring this S1 between K1 and Y1?
I will give you one small classic example. For example, you want to turn on a breaker which is having very high voltage. For example, 33 kilovolts you assume. Will you go and turn on that breaker directly? No. So what we will do is we create an isolation part here. Here we are applying a voltage of 24 volts. For example, this solenoid may be running with very high voltages, assume some 230 volts or 420 volts or 11 kilovolts, something high voltages it may be running. So we cannot go and turn on this directly. So we will going to energize one more coil. This coil will create a magnetic field. This magnetic field will help us to close the other circuit switch so that the main excitation coil will be energized. So same logic they are used in the this part here in solenoid in PLC part also they have created a small power supply and they are creating a small coil. That coil is energized when current is passed to coil. So the switches are altered with the help of this coil. You got my point?
Yes,
More,
sir.
moreover, you can say I can directly go and turn on switch. Means that is a laborious process. Here we are doing a program internally. All these are in ones and zero forms. So we are making a program. We are so for programming convenience also this kind of switches are more helpful. Means for energizing this Y1 internally we are creating a latch circuit. Latch is also a programming circuit. Okay. So some memory blocks you can use it. Always we don't have IO blocks. In order to minimize these IO blocks, we can use memory blocks. If you want to use K1 as IO block, one IO you are going to waste it. Instead of that, you can use memory options. Anything more?
No, sir.
Okay, now we'll create this one in our TIF portal. So you check it clearly. Once S1 is closed, so K1 coil is energizing. Once K1 coil is energized, this K1 will be closed. K1 energizes means K1 switch will be closed and Y1 will be activated here. Once Y1 is activated, this circuit will means this solenoid will be shifted towards the right and pressure will go from A part. See here arrow marks are going from P to A and B to T. So pressure will go from P to A and this cylinder will push towards outside. Okay, this is our circuit. Once you remove the switch S1, this coil K1 will be de-energized and this one will be opened, and because of the spring, this will come to the home position. Can you say what kind of solenoid this one? Already we have discussed. What kind of solenoid this one? 2 positions, 4 ports, spring return. I have told many names, how to name the solenoid, everything. Anyone? 2 by 4 spring return solenoid valve. Is it okay? Okay. Now this page is open for us. Uh, we need to add a new devices here. We have created a project based upon the name electrohydraulics. Here I have named as e-hydraulics, and I need to add a new devices here. Here one option is created, add new devices. You click on this one, and I want to add my controller 1500 Simatic 1500. So I'm going for my controller, select CPU, select 1512C option, second one. Click on this one and click OK. So I have added my controller here. Now my object is to do programming. So go for the program block and select the main block. In this block, we are going to do our programming. So we know how the circuit is, means how to convert this one. Here everything is in column wise. In our program, it will be in the row wise. So take this normally open switch. And here we are having a coil. And next to that, we are having one more switch. And afterwards, we are having a solenoid valve. So for solenoid also, we are representing with the help of coil only. This one is our S1 switch. So S1 switch, physically we need to vary it. So I'm taking one IO. Because I know the address, I'm directly clicking this one. And here I'm taking one memory block. And this memory coil is controlling this memory switch. So I want to give the same address. So I'm going to give the address of tag 2. I click on this tag 2. And this is my output coil. So this is my solenoid coil. So I will rename tag 3 as solenoid valve. and this one tag one as my start as the S1 switch, and this one as K1. This is K1. So both are converted to K1. So you can compare here both are same or not. See, we have I will reduce the size. Okay. Here the rails are of 24 volts 0. Here this rail is also of 24 volts only. And this switch S1 is our S1 switch. And this coil K1 is our K1 coil. This is our memory coil. And this memory coil is activating this one. So this one is activating this one coil. And this is my solenoid. Okay. As of electrical circuit, we will design in this way. But as we have discussed, we don't want to waste anything. So I can directly connect, because it is only software program. I can eliminate this K1 and I can connect this solenoid here. Once S1 is switched, my solenoid should be activated. I can connect here solenoid coil. Okay. In the real time electrical connections means we have to give in this way. In programming, I can give in this way. Just I will create my S1 and I will give solenoid directly in the ladder logic in order to reduce the programming. Okay, this one is my I12.1 I will give, and this is 6.1. So this one is my start switch and my solenoid coil will be activated. This coil will energize my this solenoid. Okay, now we will simulate this one as usually. We know the procedure how to simulate. So go for the compilation option and go for start simulation. Click OK. Click start search option. Here simulator is selected. Click load option. Click load. Finish. And here one option is the run option. Click on this run option so that here green light will be in, means green light will blink and green and orange blinking will come. Afterwards green light will be settled here. And here one option is there, opticals option. You click this one also, and afterwards you click this one rectangle in the simulation. And you create new project here. Here my project is creating. Okay. Okay, from device to simulator, my program is downloading. It will take time. Okay. Now go for the sim tables. Here sim table 1, click on this one and load project tags here. means what are the tags we have given in the circuit that will be loaded here. In the previous case, I have turned on my CPU here. Now in this case, previously I have turned on my CPU here itself. In both the places I can turn on. In simulator also I can turn on. In normal this file also we can turn on our CPU. Okay. And here also one option, if you don't turn on CPU, please turn on your CPU. Here option will be there, stop CPU, start CPU. You turn on your CPU. Anywhere you can turn on. Okay. And this is for viewing option. Now my task is to check my circuit is working or not. I will verify it here. Okay. So I will turn on my S1 bit. So once I turn on, my solenoid will be activated. Once I released, my solenoid valve is switching off position. You see, it's once I turn on my bit, my solenoid valve will be activated. Once I remove this one, it will be in off position. You can see it. So this is just like a click button. Previously, we have designed a latch operator. Once we click and we release it, our solenoid was in activation mode only. Now it is means just like a push button. Because of the spring return, it is coming to the off position. Okay.
So did we select solenoid as a device here?
This solenoid is the device. In the hydraulic circuit, I have shown you how the solenoid's valves will be there. In that place, we need to activate with the help of either PLC, we can activate that solenoid valve. Otherwise, electro-hydraulic circuits will be there. With the help of that circuits, we can activate it, that one. Okay.
Okay.
Solenoid is generally a coil. In PLCs also coils will be there. In where in devices also coils will be there. Okay. These are software based coils that are real time coils. Normally these coils are used as an output. Means symbolically we will represent output with the help of coils in PLCs. Okay. And now I'm going to click monitor off this one. Now it is in offline mode. And I will turn off my CPU here. And I will close this one. I want to show you one more thing. Here in this circuit, I have designed in this part. Okay. I will show the difference between this circuit and latch circuit, how it will vary. Yesterday I have shown, I think so. Normal click circuit and the latch circuit, I think this part is completed. Now we have done this 4x2 way single solenoid valve application. Now we will see different kind of switches. I think this circuit you can do by yourself, I think so. Here also you can see, here two solenoids are there. This is 4x3 way double solenoid valve. Double solenoid valves are there. Once you activate Y1 solenoid, the pressure will go from P to A and B to T. Once you activate Y2 solenoid, pressure will go from P to B and A to T. Okay. So how this activation is taking place? These activations are taking place manually in the electrohydraulic circuits. It is in our hand. Okay. In PLC, I can write a two-line program. S1 is activating Y1 and S2 is activating Y2. In this electrohydraulics part, I need to design in this manner. Okay. So I think you can write a ladder program for this one by yourself. I think you can do it now. We will take one more circuit. This one is also of the same kind only. You can try by yourself. Here limit switches are there. Means he want to do some automation here. So I used limit switches. So you try by yourself this one limit switches. I'm going to explain here one more circuit is there. This circuit is regarding the pressure control. Means a pressure switch is placed in between the hydraulic circuit So this type I want to explain you how you can do these kind of switches in the ladder logic. Okay. So the from here to here the operation is same. In the pressure circuit, once the pressure is built up, means one pressure is set value is here 25 bar. Once it reaches more than 25 bar, this pressure switch will be activated. Okay. So in our case, what we will do is, in our ladder logic, we will think that at this point this will be increased and it has been activated. Like that, we will make our assumption and we will do ladder logic. Okay. I think this part also you can do by yourself. So regarding electrohydraulic circuits are this one. And I wish that now you can have an application, means I'm thinking that you have to design one application, means a lift application, means I will give data how it will be. Okay. Okay, I will tell you orally. Design a lift application by yourself. Means it should have some 5 floors. Lift means a lift is operating in the 5 floors. First, second, third, fourth, and fly. Otherwise, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 means 5 floors lift application you have to design and make a condition that the lift should not stop at the floor 2 and 3. Means once it is started, it has to go for 0, 1, and 4th floor or 1, 2, and 5th floor. Okay. Means it has to avoid 2 floors in between the building. Okay. In such case of applications, how we will design our ladder logic. Okay, here some logic circuits we need to use it. Okay.
So can you repeat, please?
Yeah. My intention is, okay, I will write it here. So the lift should not halt in the floor 2 and 3. Okay. I'm having 5 floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 floors I'm having. And the lift should not stop in the floor 2 and 3. So once I started my lift, it either if I want to means if I click one button in the lift, it has to stop in the first floor. If I click 2, it should not stop on the 2. If I click 3 also, it should not stop on the 3rd floor. Means lift should not go. If I click 4, the lift should stop on the 4th floor. If I click 5, the lift should stop on the 5th floor. Uh, like this, I need to design one program. Can you do it? Okay, I will do it. You please see this program. How to use the logical operators, means basic instructions. We are having comparator operators, everything. I will help you how to use these operators. Afterwards, I will give one more program for yourself to do. Okay, take new project. And our project 5 is lift application. I'm creating this project. Okay, click yes. And add new devices here. Go for the controller and select 1500 series CPU and select 1512C CPU and click on this one. Okay, now I have selected my CPU. Now my task is to write a lift program. Because it is a big program, it has many outputs. So I will go for the PLC tags and define what are my floors so that I can easily access data into my ladder logic. Okay, go for the PLC tags option and select default tag table and I will write what are my inputs and what are my outputs and their respective addresses. First, I need to start my lift. So I will write start. And my address is 12.0. And I need to stop my lift. This is okay. And my lift, once I start my lift, it should be non-position. I use one memory option. I will take on as my memory. Five point 5.0, I'm taking my memory. Okay, now I'm having floors, output floors. I'm having 5 floors. So I'm taking floor 1 and I'm giving an address of output. It is floor is an floor we normally say as an output address. So we'll take 6.1 to 6.5. We'll take floor 2. Address is 6.2. Floor 3. Floor 4. Now floor 5. So this is 5 floors lift. Now our task is it should not stop in the floor 2 and 3. Okay. Now we have defined what are the inputs and outputs we know as of now. We are defining here. If we want to add more number of input and outputs, that also we can do it. Okay. In middle of the program also we can add 1 or 2. It's no issues. Okay. Go for the program block.
Sir,
Yes.
is there limit for memory also, bit for memory also, like for input it's 12, 13, so like that for memory.
Yes. Yes. We are having in this CPU, see how many in memory blocks we can. We have to know this one. You select this column, and here you can see it. IO tags you can see it because we are tagging this one. Now show all tags. In that only we have defined these tags. Means a default tag table. Means what are the tags we have used. This see I have named it as the floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4. Means these are the output tags we are having. These many tags I can use it. More than this I cannot use it. Here also inputs I have taken 2 only. More than this inputs I cannot use my tags. Okay, memory constraint is also there. And I have one more IO here, digital IO. Here I have not used anything. I can use this one also. Here also I can write it as my start button, stop button. This IO will be reflected here. This IO will be reflected here. And show all tags means this one will be displayed. Okay. As of now, you are cleared. Okay,
Yes, sir.
go. Yeah,
Sir, but
sure.
where is the, sir, you wrote 5, 5.0, so
That
is
are
that,
memory blocks. Uh, Internally,
yeah,
CPU,
yes,
this
sir.
is a memory element. Okay. Uh, Only input outputs are defined here in the tags. Input outputs are limited. Memory is unlimited. You can have 1 GB of memory. One means almost the CPUs are having some 500 MB memory or 1 MB is also very large. You can say these are bits and bytes. 1 MB memory is also very large. Uh, you can understand. Okay, memory is not displayed here.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Go for the main block here. In the program block, go for the main block. And first I will create my start circuit. Okay. Means my lift has to start one. No? So I am creating my starting circuit. That is my latch circuit. Everyone is familiar regarding the latch, so I'm not explaining many times. Okay, so address of this one is, this is my start. You click on this one, it will say, it will show everything, means what are the tags we have. You select your start, and here also I'm selecting my stop option, and this is my on option. Okay, now in second case I'm coming here. Here I will have lift, means lift applications I'm going to write here. Okay, in the first floor it has to stop. Okay, so when lift will work, when it is powered down. So power circuit means on circuit will be there here. Afterwards I need to verify which circuit I'm going to give. So I'm going to use comparator operator here. Here you can see comparator operators, you can see, my cursor I'm showing here in basic instructions, comparator operations are there. You click on this comparator operator. I'm going to use comparator operator equal to. Okay, here I'm going to write as 1, and here I'm going to write MW0. Okay, why I'm writing MW0 means I want to use as integer values I'm going to give. Lift means it will have, it does not have 0 or 1. It will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to give some values, 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to use word, memory word. And here I'm going to have an output, means which floor it is. So I'm going to use this one as first floor, and this one as my on circuit. Okay, and my condition is it should not stop in the second and third floor. So I'm going for the network 3, and it should not stop in these 2 floors now. So in network 3 I will write a ladder program for not stopping floors. Non-stop here. Here what I'm going to do is I will write this on circuit, and I'm going to use an instruction called a jump instruction. Okay, jump instruction will be available. You can find it here in move application. Okay, in move application it is not there. Program control applications, yes, in program control operations you can find the jump instruction. Okay, you click on this jump instruction here. Okay, and this one is my on circuit, and I'm going to write my jump, means where to jump. I need to give one label for jump instructions, so I'm giving LP as my label. Okay, remember this LP, wherever this LP is shown, it will jump to that particular point. Okay, in this part I'm going to write uh, regarding lift floor 2 and 3. Okay, so this one and this one regarding floor 2. So this is on circuit, and here one more thing will come. This one is I need to use comparator operator, I told you. So here I'm going to use comparator operator. I need to figure out whether it is I'm correct or not. I need to use, this is floor 2, means bottom side I will write an integer, and this one MW0. Okay, and this is my floor 2, and here only I'm going to write floor 3 also, and comparator, and one more coil. This is my on coil, and this is MW0, and this is my third floor. floor 3. Now in this ladder logic, now I need to go for fourth floor and fifth floor. I'm okay to go. So before that, I need to close this one. So here one more operator we have to use it. That operator is label operator. Okay, you click on this label. Okay, means jump operator will go see the label operator and come to this point. Okay, we have named it as LP. LP only we have named it, no? See, I have named this one as LP. So I'm naming this one as LP. Okay. Now the process is same. Again, comparator operator, I'm going to use it. And here I'm going to use the fourth floor and fifth floor. This is my on switch. And this is MW0. And this is my fourth floor. And this is my fourth floor. And comparator operator and floor. This is my on switch. This is MW0. And this is my fifth floor. So I have write a program for 5 floors here. You can see it with the help of jump instructions and comparator instructions. If you don't know the what to write here, you can click on this comparator. You can see basic instructions. I'm clicking on this comparator. Click F1 so that it will take to the help menu, and you can select here. Here you can see in one arrow mark with 45-degree inclination, you can see one arrow mark is there. You click here on this arrow mark, it will directly drive to help page. In this help page, you can see how to use this operator. Okay, this is the help instruction, means how to use this comparator. Equal to comparator, it will have tag 1 value and tag 2 value. And what is tag 1 value and what is tag 2 value? How to set these values? Inputs can be of what is the input structure. Everything will be here. Okay, you can use this one. If you have any doubts, you can come to us. Moreover, it is very easy to understand. Everything will be means described properly here. Okay, thank you. Now I need to simulate it. Before simulation, I need to use compilator operator. Okay, I will do compilation. After compilation, I will use start simulation. Click OK. Okay. And start search option. And click load. Once again. Start search. Okay, load option. Here no actions are there. You click on this no actions.
Sir, there are only two inputs, start and stop. So how will be choosing the number of floors?
I'm not getting you.
there you took only two inputs, start and stop. So if somebody wants to choose flow 2, sir, how it will be, they will be
Yeah.
choosing.
Yeah, I will discuss regarding that one only. I will tell you regarding that one only, how to choose that one. Action is cancelled before downloading. Means something is gone wrong in this one. Means I will save this project. I will close this window and I will open the same project once again. Okay. Here some error is occurring because we have used multiple times. I'm going to this. I'm saving this project first. 55 application. Okay. Now I'm closing this one. Once again, I'm going to open this one. Sometimes it will hang. Okay, this is our application, Lift application. We'll go for write a PLC program. We'll go directly into the project, main block. Okay. In devices and network, I need to verify whether device is there or not there. If device is there, you can directly go into the program block. Now I'll compile my program. Say no compiling is happening. Previously it was not compiled. Okay. Now I will use start simulation. Okay, some error is there. It is showing some error is between the compilation. We'll find out. It is showing some errors. Okay. Starting simulation will be disabled. All other online interfaces. But why? Some error is occurring, I think. So I will close and I will have to reopen this one. Before that, I would like Om Prakash, you are available? Okay, Ravi is also not available, I think so. Okay, we will check once again. Okay, once again, I will close this one and I have to restart, I think so. Otherwise, somewhere. I will close this window. Save no project. Already I have done the same lift application. I will open that previous one. I will check whether it is working or not. Okay, I think everything is same. I have done the same program here. Okay, it is having floors from 0 to 5. Previously, I have taken 0 to 5. This is 0 floor, and this is first floor, and second, third, fourth. Okay, and I used to skip second and third floor previously. Now I'll compile this one. Okay, load option, finish. Now you click on this one. And click create new project here. Okay, now click on the sim table. Now compiling finished. Click on the sim table option and click load project tags. Okay, now I'm going to separate this one since I want to float it this one for seeing, and click on this monitoring option. Okay, float this one also. So my task is right now I want to turn on my lift application. So I'm going to start I want to start my lift previously. So here latch circuit is there. I am using my start button. Okay. Okay, now I clicked and removed this one. Because of my latch, initially my lift is in the 0th floor. Okay. Now I will change the floor address. Okay. Now here option is there. Wait a minute. Here option is there. You can right click and modify it address. Okay. Here you double click on this one and modify the value to here format you change to decimal. Okay. Decimal and modify to second floor. I'm clicking on the second floor. Here you can see floor 2 is working. Why you know? I have clicked on the floor 2, but my floor 2 lift is working. Floor 2 coil is on. Okay. Uh, and now I will click on third floor. Okay. Here double click on this one. Right 3 and click OK. See my third floor is lift is in the third floor and the second floor is off. But our task is lift should not go in second and third floors, but it is going in this case. So is jump instruction not working fine? Now I want to go for the fourth floor. I have clicked this one. Now lift is in the fourth floor. But in this case, as we have decided that lift should not halt in the second and third floors. So in this case, I will on one more controller so that when I switch on that controller, lift won't be stopped on that floors. That controller is here. I will have an option. Here you can see floor 0, 1, 2, 3 floor on button is there. And here I have named it with different names. I want to show you. Okay, tag 2 I have named is tag 2. Okay, here tag 2 is there. You can see here tag 2. Once I activate this tag 2, now jump instruction is activated here. You can see. So now you press the second floor. See, I modified and press the second floor. So nowhere second lift is working on the second floor. Now I pressed fourth floor. You can see my lift is in the fourth floor. Now I have pressed first floor. So you can see first floor lift is operating in the first floor. In second and third floor, lift is not operating, means lift is jumping from second and third floors. Once I deactivate this jump instruction, you can see what happens. See, I'm deactivating this jump instruction now as of now. Now I'll click the second floor. So my lift is operating in the second floor. Now once again I activate my jump instruction. You see what happens. Means I want to show you the importance of the jump instruction, how it works here. So I'm enabling this controller. See now second floor is in on position only. Now means means program won't go into the jump loop. Okay. Now jump instruction is activated. I want to operate in the third floor. I click this 3, but third floor will not be operated. If I click 2 also, second floor will not be operated because the program will not go into that loop. It will jump out of that loop. Means once my second floor is in on condition, if I click this controller option, it will show on only, but lift will not go. Vice versa, both are means once you are in the loop, you will be in the loop. You are out of the loop, you won't come into the loop. Like this it is operating. Okay, I think you are clear regarding the lift application. Anyone is having any doubts in the lift application? Please let me know. You can do by yourself. Hello, Devayan, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this session is okay for you. Any doubts in this session?
No, sir.
Okay, I will share the videos. If possible, I will create one more video on HMI and I will share it to you so that you can have a good view on that one. For I think Home Prakash has said you have some exam. Is
Yes,
it?
sir.
Okay. Home Prakash, you are available? I think Home Prakash is not lifting. I think you contact him when the exam will be. And moreover, for your exam and for everything, I have completed this PLC session also. You try by yourself. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. And I will share the video.
Exam today.
Yes?
Sir, is there any test today?
That I think today there won't be any test. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. It's
Thank you. You can leave it.